If you are on Social Security or disability benefits, I have breaking news. The Social Security Administration has announced internal plans to audit up to 2.5 million beneficiaries. This includes those receiving Social Security retirement benefits and those on disability benefits, particularly SSI and some SSDI recipients. Now, this process, they're going to follow two separate paths. Those on disability benefits are going to go through one process, and those on Social Security retirement benefits are going to go through another process. Why is this being done? Well, the Social Security Administration conducts regular audits, but because of DOGE, the pressure that DOGE is applying to the Social Security Administration, they have bumped up these audits to a level we've never seen before. 2.5 million beneficiaries have now been targeted. Letters are going to go out soon informing those that are going to be impacted. So let's talk about it. But before we get started, if you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because all we do is bring you the latest news and update, anything in and out of Congress that could affect your Social Security, disability, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and more. As usual, if you're new here, let me know where you're watching this video from. Let me know in the comments your city and your state. We like to know where you're watching this broadcast from. So let's dive into this breaking news and let me share with you the details of how this can impact your benefits. So the Social Security Administration aims to process 2.42 million combined, what they call redetermination and limited issue reviews in 2025. It's Social Security speak for they're going to conduct 2.5 million audits. This is going to affect not just disability beneficiaries, but also retirement benefits. There are high priority groups that are going to be targeted first. The SSA is focused on recipients potentially affected by COVID disaster assistance and recent SSI living arrangement changes. So if you're on SSI and you've made living arrangement changes, that's going to bring a lot of scrutiny to you and your benefits. And then couples, families with multiple SSI recipients, and those with certain types of income are also being prioritized. Next, let's talk about disability beneficiaries in general. Increased scrutiny on medical condition and work activity for disability beneficiaries. And if you're on disability, whether it's SSI or SSDI, you can expect more continuing disability reviews. CDRs are going to be so frequent, you're going to get tired of it, because what are they trying to do? They're trying to kick people off disability benefits. And then retirement beneficiaries, there's going to be enhanced monitoring of income, earnings limits, and benefit calculation for retirees, and identity verification procedures may become more stringent. So if you're working and you're collecting Social Security under your full retirement age, then your income is going to be scrutinized, your earnings limits is going to be scrutinized, and you may get into an overpayment situation, and you may trigger a review of your benefits. So what is the background? Well, the Social Security Administration released what they called EM 24056 Rev, which is review, on March the 20th. This document outlines updated audit parameters for reviewing Social Security beneficiaries. It's an internal guideline that sets the stage for how Social Security will conduct its audits in the coming year. The two audit categories. The Social Security Administration uses two main categories for audits: RZs or redetermination, review non-medical eligibility factors such as income, resources, and living arrangement. And then there is the LIs or limited issue reviews, focus on specific eligibility issues that might arise from potential fraud, remember DOGE, similar faults, or unreported information. So for fiscal year 2025, the Social Security Administration has set an ambitious goal of 2.5 million combined RZs and LI cases this fiscal year. What is driving this substantial increase in audits? DOGE. Because I told you Elon Musk believes there's substantial fraud in Social Security Administration, especially in disability programs, and retirement program. So now they are bumping up the areas they think are prone for audits and isolating certain categories of people that they're going to target because of certain characteristics that they've seen. The Social Security Administration is releasing these audits in two main waves. 45% of cases were released in October 2024, with the remaining 55% scheduled to be released in February 2025. This phased approach allowed the SSA to manage the workload and prioritize these types of cases. Now, who is going to be affected? The Social Security Administration is focusing on recipients potentially affected by COVID-19 disaster assistance, such as economic impact payments. So if you receive stimulus checks and that bumped up your income, you may be caught up in this net. And those impacted by recent SSI, which is Supplemental Security Income, living arrangement, regulatory changes implemented on September 30th, 2024. These cases are prioritized in the audit process. And then there are couples and families. The SSA is giving special attention to couple cases, those with H-type income, which typically refers to deemed income from an ineligible spouse, and household with multiple SSI recipients. If you live in a household and a bunch of people are on SSI benefits, which is supplemental security income, that's a red flag. This focus suggests that these groups may be more likely to experience changes in their benefits. And then children on SSI. Families with children receiving SSI benefits may be particularly affected. The audit could potentially reduce benefits from around 900 per child to 600 per child. This significant reduction would have major impact on family finances. And then there's a broader impact. As of January 2024, there were 67.2 million Social Security beneficiaries. Given the scale of the audit, which is about 2.5 million, a substantial portion of beneficiaries will be affected either directly through the audit or indirectly through policy changes resulting from what they find in these audits. And there's financial implications. Based on the audit findings, some recipients may see their benefits reduced or adjusted. This could be due to changes in eligibility status, corrections to previous overpayments, or adjustment based on updated information about income or living situation. And then there's overpayment. I've talked about that in multiple videos. Starting March the 27th, the Social Security Administration will resume withholding 100% of payments to recover overpayments. This means that if a beneficiary has been overpaid in the past, they might see their entire benefit withheld until the overpayment is recovered, which could cause significant financial hardships for seniors and people on disability. And then there's Social Security Trust Fund issues. According to projections, if no action is taken, the Social Security Trust Fund is projected to be depleted by 2035. This looming deadline is likely one of the driving factors behind the increased audit activity as the Social Security Administration seeks to ensure the program's long-term viability. So they want to claw back all the money they can get, all the fraud money they can recoup, and if people are abusing the system, they want to make sure they put a stop to that. The potential depletion of the trust fund has serious implications. Studies suggest that if benefits were reduced due to the fund depletion, poverty rates among beneficiaries will rise by 55% in 2045. This underscores the importance of maintaining the program's financial health. Hence, the audit activity that I'm talking about. So here are some important Social Security days to remember. March the 20th was when this internal memo came out outlining the new audit parameters. This date marks the beginning of the new audit process and guidelines. March the 27th, on this day, the SSA will resume 100% withholding for overpayment recovery. This is a critical date for beneficiaries who have outstanding payments, as it will significantly impact their monthly income. And then April the 25th, this marks the beginning of increased monthly benefits for those affected by the WEP and GPO windfall. So if you got $6,000 or over in your bank account, it means you got the lump sum payment for the Social Security windfall elimination and the government pension offset elimination, which was part of the Social Security reform that just happened and was signed by President Biden and is being implemented by President Trump. The SSA expects to issue retroactive payments by the time for those affected by WEP and GPO repeal. So at the end of March, you should get all your lump sum payments. These payments could provide a significant one-time boost to eligible beneficiaries. So what are redetermination, which is called RZs, and limited issue reviews, which is called LIs? Redetermination, often called RZs, are reviews conducted by the Social Security Administration to ensure that beneficiaries are still eligible for payments. These reviews focus on non-medical factors such as income, resources, and living arrangements. For example, if a beneficiary's income increases or their living situation changes, it could affect their eligibility for SSI or the amount they receive. So what are LIs? Limited issue reviews are more targeted audits. Instead of looking at all the eligibility factors, the SSA focuses on a specific issue that might affect someone's benefit. For instance, if there is suspicion of unreported income or potential fraud, an LI might be conducted to investigate that particular concern with that particular person. So how are RZs and LIs different? RZs are broader reviews that look at multiple factors of recipients' eligibility, while LIs are narrower and focus on one specific issue. Think of RZs as a general checkup and LI as investigating a single symptom. Why does the SSA conduct these audits? The SSA conducts both RZs and LIs to ensure the benefits are going to those who truly qualify for them. This helps prevent overpayment, fraud, or errors in the system. For example, if someone forgets to report an inheritance or change in living arrangements, this audit could catch those issues. Now, increased scrutiny. Disability recipients may face more frequent reviews of their medical conditions and work activity. The SSA is likely to intensify its effort to ensure that only those who meet the strict determination or definition of disability continue to get their benefits. This could mean more frequent requests for medical evidence or updates on daily activities. The Social Security Administration may also increase the frequency of CDRs to ensure ongoing eligibility for disability benefits. CDRs typically occur every 3 to 7 years, depending on the likelihood of medical improvement. However, with this audit push, some recipient might face reviews of more CDRs than they were used to because DOGE and Elon Musk are pushing the Social Security Administration to continue to verify regularly whether people are still disabled so that people who are still not disabled or have gotten better can be kicked off the system. You should expect more CDR reviews regularly, if not quarterly. It could be, biannually, but they're going to be more frequent than you're used to because the goal is to begin to just kick people off the system. And if you don't really pay attention to the news, this is the time to do that because they're getting very serious with these audits and letters are going to be going out. And if you're on disability benefits, make sure your documentation is all up to date. You are reporting your income and documenting it because when they come and they ask you questions, you want to be ready to give them what they need so that you can keep your benefits, because what you want to avoid is being kicked off your benefits and then you have to then gather documents to then justify why you should continue to get the benefit. That is a much harder journey or hill to climb versus having everything ready so that when they come, you're ready to give them what they need so that they can leave you alone. The SSA will closely monitor any work activity reported by disability recipients to ensure compliance with program rules. This includes tracking earnings through payroll reports and self-reported income. Recipients engaged in substantial gainful activity, earning more than $1,470 per month in 2025 for not blind individuals, may risk losing their benefits. The SSA might also scrutinize participation in work incentive programs like Ticket to Work more closely. Based on audit findings, some disability recipients may see changes in their benefits amounts or eligibility status. This could result from discovering unreported income, changes in medical condition, or errors in previous benefit calculation. In some cases, recipients might face overpayment notices if the SSA determines they had received more benefits than they were entitled to. Retirement beneficiaries are also going to be impacted. Retirement beneficiaries may face increased scrutiny for their income from work or other sources. The SSA might make more frequent cross-check reports with the IRS to make sure that if you are getting Social Security benefits before your full retirement age and you're working, that your earnings are being reported. This is particularly important for those who continue to work while receiving benefits, as it can affect their amounts that they receive if you are under full retirement age. For those under full retirement age, the SSA may conduct more frequent reviews of their income to make sure they are compliant with the law. In 2025, beneficiaries under full retirement age can earn up to $21,240 without a reduction in their benefits. The SSA might increase efforts to identify those exceeding this limit and adjust their benefits accordingly. This could provide more frequent reporting requirements to cross-check with employment records. The SSA may review past earnings record to ensure accurate benefit calculations. This could involve verifying employment history, checking for missing years of earnings, or correcting any errors in calculation of the average index monthly earnings, which is AIME. If discrepancies are found, it could result in adjustment of current benefit amounts, potentially including retroactive changes. So essentially, if you're on Social Security retirement benefits and you're under full retirement age and you're working, you could be up for more scrutiny. And if they've found out that they've made a mistake, they will go back retroactively, maybe pause your benefits until they collect all the money they've paid you that they think they shouldn't have paid you before they resume your benefit. That could take months. In some cases, it takes years before they will resume your Social Security benefits. Enhanced identity verification procedures may affect how retirees interact with the Social Security agencies. This could include stricter requirements for providing identity or for verifying identity when making changes to direct deposit information, address updates, or account modifications. Retirees might need to provide additional documentation to go through extra steps to verify their identity, especially online. What's been happening is that there's been an increase in fraud targeted at seniors with Social Security, where people are calling the Social Security Administration with information about seniors' bank account, and they can route your payment somewhere else. The Social Security Administration has a 30-day limit or a 30-day hold when you make direct deposit changes, but they just lifted that 30-day hold. So with all these increased verification procedures, it's probably for your own good for them to ask you to come into the office so that they can verify who you say you are before they change your direct deposit or other information that could lead to catastrophic financial issues if somebody does that and you didn't authorize it and they take your money. So what can you do? Review your records. It's crucial to ensure all information on file with the Social Security Administration is accurate and up to date. This includes personal information, income details, living arrangements, and other factors that might affect your benefits. Regularly reviewing this information can help prevent issues during an audit. Because remember, you want to be ready if they come to you. Report changes promptly. Promptly reporting any change in income, living arrangements, or other factors affecting eligibility is essential. Again, this is for people who have to do this because they are either collecting benefits before their full retirement age and are working, or they are on disability benefits and need to report this information. Failure to report changes can lead to overpayment, which may need to be repaid. It's better to report changes as they happen rather than waiting for an audit to uncover them. In case of an audit, having relevant financial documents ready available can make the process smoother. I said that before. This might include tax returns, bank statements, rents, or mortgage information, and records of any other income or benefits received. And then if you receive an audit notice, consider seeking the help from a Social Security advocate or an attorney. These professionals can guide you through the audit process, help you understand your rights, and assist you in preparing any necessary response or appeals. For more information, go to the Social Security office, go to their website, call the toll-free number, even though wait times are about 2 hours now, or seek legal aid services. Many communities offer free or low-cost legal assistance to seniors and low-income individuals. These services can be invaluable if you need help understanding or responding to an audit, if you need to appeal a decision made by the Social Security Administration. So I hope this has been very helpful to you. What have we learned so far? The audit affects all type of Social Security beneficiaries, not just disability beneficiaries. Be prepared. Keep your records up to date and be ready to provide documentation if audited. Stay informed, regularly check the Social Security website, and log into your Social Security account online to make sure everything is going well, and seek help if you need it. Seek legal advice if you need it. If you get audited, find a Social Security advocate or an attorney who understands this audit process and can guide you through it thoroughly. Shifting gears, let's talk about Medicare. There's an important deadline that is happening at the end of this month. March the 31st is the last time you can change your Medicare plan before the fall. So you have to wait for a long time. 90% of seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan, and these Medicare plans continue to drop seniors. This news article, 1 million plus patients lose coverage as insurance hospitals drop Medicare plans. Well, why are 90% of seniors in the wrong plan? Because there's 24,000 of them out there. 24,000 Medicare plans. It can get dizzying at times to find a plan that fits your budget and your needs. And it can cost you money if you're in the wrong plan, because seniors on average spend $300,000 a couple in retirement on Medicare. And it can affect your health, because the worst thing is having a need for medical care and your plan does not cover the care that you need. So, having said all that, we have partnered with Chapter Medicare. That's the number you see on the screen, 539-205-2147. Call them today. There are agents standing by to help you. It is free service to you. They are unbiased advisors, and their main goal is to help you find the best Medicare plan that fits your need. They have access. They are the only Medicare advisory company with access to all 24,000 Medicare Advantage plans. They are licensed, and their agents do not work for commission. So when they get on the phone to help you, they are not there to sell you the most expensive plan so that they can make the highest commission. Their only goal is to help you find the best plan that fits your need, your budget, and your circumstance. And they can save you a lot of money, about $1,100 on average. But as I said, the window is closing. A few days from now, that window will shut, and then you have to wait all the way until the fall. So you have to act now. Call Chapter on the screen, the number you see there, or go to the video description. There's a form in there you can fill out, and then they'll reach out to you. They are highly rated on the Better Business Bureau. They have a lot of 5-star reviews online you can read. These guys are legit. And in the 14 years I've been doing this, I have never recommended a Medicare partner until now, because these guys have checked out, highly recommended. So call them and they can help you with your Medicare needs. So that's all I wanted to talk about today with this breaking news about audits. Prepare, make sure that you don't get caught up in this. And if you do, make sure that you're ready when they come with all your documentation, everything ready, so that you can keep your benefits rather than losing it and then have to prove that you deserve to have it turned back on. Thank you for watching my video.